Hello and welcome back to Bourbon Barrel Talk. I'm your host, Scott Minton. Today we're back in the Brock Bourbon Bar and we're having a little fun. We're doing a little, I'm just going to call it double-barreled series.
Yeah, well, that's perfectly appropriate. You know,
double-barreled, double-banger.
That's fun because there are so many different names for using a secondary barrel.
Yeah.
Finished.
Yeah.
Whether it's staves, chips.
Yeah.
What else they got for them?
I mean, there's all kinds of things. I mean, there's people that actually use the stainless steel tubs and just drop old actual barrels that have been cut up into chunks. I mean, I've heard of all kinds of crazy weird things.
That was, what is their name? Broken Barrel.
Yeah.
The actual.
Yeah. So everybody's done a little something different, but we're going to talk about double oaks or double barreled, bourbons / whiskeys. I think we're going to start off with kind of the two traditional ones that a lot of people think of, right off the bat, at least from the major brands. One being Old Forester 1910, the old fine whiskey. And then we're going to move over to the Woodford Double Oak. And then I think we have a Chicken Cock, and then we have a Heaven Hill. So I'm going to let everybody talk about their individual one, and we're going to taste through them and go from there. We're going to start with the 1910, the old fine whiskey. I love this story because I guess the rick house originally caught on fire in 1910.
Yes.
And in order to preserve the whiskey, they took all of the charred barrels that were kind of beat up from the fire and stuff, dumped them into a big vat, and then rebarreled them all into brand new barrels, and then that's where the idea came from. Now, that being said, today's barrels are toasted rather than charred, so I don't know.
Yeah, this 1910 has always been a fan favorite, by myself and many other people. Just that sweetness, that, brown sugar sweetness you get on the nose whenever you first taste it or smell it.
Brown sugar, you get a little bit of that banana.
It's affordable.
Baking spice.
Always under $50.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, at Sam's Club,
Yes.
Most any place else, it's like, what, $54.99? Yeah. I mean, it's kind of that, depending on where you shop. Yeah, you can almost always find it under $50, but only if you're Costco or Sam's member or BJ's or something. I don't know. But it's just a good one. I'm drinking it right now. It's just everyday pour. I'd say I really love this bottle a lot. It is kind of my gateway back into where I loved Old Fo so much from my original Four Roses day. But I'll tell you, I've grown on the blend that I made, the old 1915, the blend between it and the 1920. I've got a bottle of it always stewing. There's something about that higher proof point because these are only 93 proof.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. And then getting the extra proof from the 1920 and still having all that extra sweetness come through. Oof, it's just good. It's just good.
Yeah. Something I'll say about the double barrel, double oak, chip, staved, where we, those lower 90 to 95 proofers.
Right.
That are double oaked well. So good and so flavorful. And this has this syrupy gooiness on the nose.
Right.
And even the palate itself, I don't want to say that it drinks heavy, but is it viscosity where it's got some weight to it?
Right, yeah.
A little chew or, sticks to your mouth.
Viscosity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And 93 proofer to have that is pretty awesome.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. It's probably one of the best low proof pours in the market, especially from a mass produced distiller.
I would say the only challenger I would see would be Woodford's Double Oak series. The not the one we're going to be tasting today,
right?
But the currently produced one.
Yeah, no, I understood what you're saying. We're trying a retro one, which is going to be fun. Hell, what year is that bottle even from?
2017.
Good Lord, that's going to be...
2015. I apologize, 2015.
That's going to be magical.
Yeah, that was one of my earlier single barrel picks that I attended.
Gotcha. So, but yeah, just a really, really good, solid everyday pourer. But like I said, I think the most things that most people don't understand is that the difference between double oaking, which could be like what we talked about, these little different idiosyncrasies, whether it's throwing a stave in there, throwing finishing staves in there, throwing chips, throwing whatever.
Or whole barrels.
And then, or you might do a toasted barrel like the 1910, or you might do toasted heads with a charred, barrel. There's just so many different things that you can do. And I think that's where kind of Michter's became famous. They were using toasted heads and charred sides and things to that nature. So I don't know. So what do you got? You got the double oak, Nick?
Yes, I have a retro Woodford Reserve Double Oak, and this is back whenever they were actually doing single barrel labels. And so if you get a chance to see the picture of the for the podcast, it'll be out on there, and it has a little medallion on it. It was originally picked from the Bourbon Society back in February of 2015. It comes in at 45.2 ABV, so that's 90.4. 90.4.
So I'm just going nose for nose here. Now, granted, this bottle's from 2015, and I don't know how long Brian's had it open.
It's been open a while.
It's definitely a noticeable difference between the two noses.
Not as sweet. You get more of the wood tannins.
Yep.
Out of the Woodford than you do kind of the sweet tannins from the 1910.
Yeah, the 1910's like, that marshmallow, a little bit of vanilla, caramel, things like that. This is like a little bit more of the rich tobacco,
See, I get
leather.
I get like an herbal honey.
Yeah. No,
Similar like to what Starlight has.
yeah.
It would have been fun to have one of those, but it's nice to keep all these under 100 proofer. Some of the Starlights got one that's a 9-year French oak that's like 127.
I mean, that being said, that drink's incredibly smooth, incredibly delicate. It's got the mouthfeel you want it to have, but it's a really, really solid drinker. Super sweet, too. Like, even though the sweetness isn't on the nose like that 1910, it's definitely got it on the palate.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, you get those dark sugars in this one, maybe a little bit of molasses
That's what I was
going
thinking.
into there. But yeah, it's kind of like darker, richer than what the 1910 was. But again, we're also playing with an age thing. How long has it been open? Do you know about ballpark?
Nope, no idea. I know it's been a long time. I found it in a box when I was unboxing opens. I'm trying to get all of them in one place.
Well, the other variance is how much time it was in the barrel, right? Like, I think, if I remember correctly, 1910 spends roughly 6 to 10 months into the second finish. I think Woodford Double Oaks are somewhere between 8 and 12 months.
Do we know what they did at this time?
No, I
because
don't.
this is like early
I know.
double oak.
I'm assuming by the color, it's probably about the same, that 8 to 10 months, or
Very
8
close
to 12
to it.
months. Yeah, I would assume. What I do think is unique, though, is that, they called them single barrels originally, but they were never truly single barrels. They were always a blend of multiple barrels that went into double oaking, and then they would sell them as single barrels. So you would yield like 240 bottles out of a Woodford Double Oak, which was crazy.
Wow.
Which is why they were like, well, this isn't a single barrel. How do you get an 8-year-old barrel that's basically full?
Yeah, now in today's day and age, you see double oaked single barrels all the time.
Right.
So I wonder at one point in time, is it TTB? Are they the ones that would need to approve that?
Yeah, correct.
I wonder at what time that they kind of took a step back.
Well, my thing is now with a lot of double oaks that you do see out there, they actually are true double oaks. You take whatever 170 bottles that's left in a barrel, throw it into the secondary cask, and it's double oaked. I don't think Woodford Double Oak does that anymore, but you're right. I think there's definitely some changes in how they view double oaking and whether or not it's a single barrel or not.
I think that came into a lot, especially because finishes. I mean, you can call double oaking a finish because out there's a lot of finished bourbons,
correct,
that are out there that are done that we've reviewed here that are finished in wine barrels or Mizunara, the Japanese whiskey. It just depends on.
Hell, that's a double oak.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that double oaks can come from anywhere. It's just that these are the traditional double oaks, to where there's nothing else that's been into it before, or traditionally nothing has been into it before.
Correct.
So is that called a straight, or is that a bourbon? Is that because like the second barrel, like it would have had to have been new ones.
Correct.
In order for the bourbon to carry, the name bourbon to carry through, instead of them being an American whiskey?
No. You could double oak in a used barrel.
It's so long as that first one.
It's just your age statement doesn't carry forward if you do that.
What if it's aged in a white oak barrel? Can it still carry through as a bourbon because it's spending time in a white oak barrel?
No, then it would lose its age statement, or it would be bourbon whiskey finished in XYZ.
Hey, Nick, what does that have in the front? Like what is it called?
Just Woodford Reserve, double oaked, single barrel, nothing else.
Does it say bourbon, whiskey, Kentucky?
At the very bottom, it says Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey.
Okay.
So, I mean, but that's the overall label that it
Right.
has. That I think there's more the traditional label that they stuck on pretty much everything.
Yeah. As an idiot that has recently started a bourbon company,
Super idiot.
yeah, if it's bourbon, they want a designation of whether it's whiskey or not, which is dumb because all bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon.
Yeah, that's correct.
So, anyway, Brian, next, chicken cock.
Well, technically it's a rooster.
Rooster.
Huh.
Big cock.
Yes. So I'm always going to love on them for their bottles, their design.
Oh, their bottles
They're
are
gorgeous.
so
the bee's
cool.
knees. I
They
love
all-
that retro look.
And they also kind of stick to the hands, where it
Yes.
doesn't flop out.
Most cocks do stick to your hand.
Yeah. So this is not. Yeah. So moving on to more mature conversation. This is 10 years old, 92 proof. How this is different than some of the other double oaked that we've seen is that it spends its first 8 years in a used barrel. We don't know what kind, if it previously held bourbon or what, but its first 8 years. Then it's put in a secondary barrel where that one is a new one for an additional 2 years.
So this is technically whiskey finished in a double oak cask. Gotcha.
Yep.
Because if you're going into initially a used barrel, that eliminates you from being a bourbon.
Correct. What distillate is this?
Well, it says that it is.
Because I know.
Look, it says Kentucky. And we know that they do, is it partnership distillation?
Yeah, they do a partnership distillation.
Is that, they're very specific about the word that they use for.
Correct. Because their master distiller is actually there. Like their master distiller distills their whiskey or bourbon or whatever, but it's at a large conglomerate location, right? I don't remember who or where. I don't know if it's Beam or if it's Bardstown. I don't know where. This does smell quasi distinct though.
Well, yep, it is. It's Bardstown Bourbon Company.
Oh, is it
Yeah,
Bardstown
that's
Bourbon
where they do
Company?
their stuff.
Okay.
The mash bill, because I could find it for this one. 80.5% corn, 11% rye, 8.5% malted barley.
So it was actually distilled as bourbon, then went into a used barrel, and then finished in a secondary cask, which was a new barrel. That's crazy. Why would you distill it as bourbon, then make it basically into light whiskey just to refinish it?
So from a tax perspective, like what they're paying on?
$825.
It's flat.
It's a flat amount. Yep, $825 every single time you roll a barrel off that line.
It's a barrel tax more than anything.
Yeah.
Could it also be like a cost perspective where it was cheaper at the time to get used barrels?
Well, yeah, you get a used barrel for $50, whereas a brand new barrel is going to be anywhere between probably at that time it was probably $175 to $200. So there's some cost efficiencies for sure.
And then I wonder if they take that secondary barrel and then use that when they re-age, like the new distillate.
Possibly.
A lot of movement there.
A lot of things they're doing.
It's really light in color.
I'm about to say it almost does come off as like a light whiskey in some of its taste.
Yep, it's got a little bit of an herbal note there, but it is really sweet. It's smooth. I mean, what'd you say the proof was again? 94 proof.
92 proof.
92 proof.
10 years old, 92 proof. This is one that you could destroy without realizing it because it's super sweet.
I think this is a gateway bourbon or gateway whiskey. My bad, it's not bourbon.
Yeah.
I think this is something you could give to somebody that's like, I'm not a real big bourbon drinker, but like, I think they could drink this and they'd be like, oh, wait a minute. I can see why you all might like this. It's very, very, very smooth.
And I don't really get much rye. I don't get malted barley because sometimes it's 5% malted barley. You'll get a little bit of the yeasty funk.
Yeah. No, it's very corn forward.
Yeah.
Very corn forward.
I'd love to know what the barrels are that they're initially aging it in.
Well, I'm assuming if they are bottling at Bardstown, it's probably whatever they got in from, whatever they've. Well, I mean, hell, if they started at Bardstown and that's where they actually did the partnership piece, I mean, those barrels could have come from anywhere because the Bardstown's barely 10 years old.
Yeah.
I mean,
ooh. So it could have been Ozzie Tyler.
I mean, it could have been anybody.
Yeah, right.
Well, they weren't even a matching company at that point.
Oh, and it's and
Bardstown was their own entity back then.
Yeah, and it just says 8-year-old Kentucky whiskey.
Yeah,
it just leaves it at Kentucky. But I know that currently that they do their partnership distillation, and if we have that word wrong, we are going to get corrected. We will get the text message from Emily.
But hopefully she hasn't listened to today's episode that dropped.
No,
because I'm pretty sure we did not get it right, and I said no matter what your opinion was, I still consider it contract distilling. It is a partnership, but you're using somebody else's stuff.
Yep. And also yesterday was 2 years. It was a 2-year anniversary to where their Bardstown, the Yellow House.
Huh.
Where it first opened up.
Yeah. Circa 1856 Lounge or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Beautiful place.
So let me ask you this. Is that 8.5 year total barrel time or just that first barrel?
The first barrel. So it says one thing on the label, another when you look at their site. But on the back of it says 10 years. So I'm going to say 10 years total between the two barrels.
Correct.
Or barrelings.
So 8 years in the original barrel, 2 barrels in the double oak.
Okay, that was. I guess that's my point of contention because I thought once you move to another barrel, you stop your age statement.
Not if it's whiskey.
That's true. Never mind. I take that back. if you're labeling as whiskey, I guess you're right.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I feel like we need a John Madden thing where you
Dude,
kind of circle and write things in a whiteboard.
What's the a Venn diagram?
Yes.
Yeah, you need a Venn diagram. There's so many different things, and like the circles start circulating around each other and filling in little areas and all. Yeah, it's definitely a mess.
I was like, it's not for the percolator. Sorry, it just came into my mind. I'm just shaking my head. See, that's what double oak stuff. Oh, and if we went back one, who is it? Oh, it'll be the next one that I want to point something out that I've never noticed before.
All right, well, we'll talk about it. The
Okay.
Heaven
Okay.
Hill.
Yeah.
So this is a Heaven Hill Select Stock.
Number 4 that we're tasting.
Yes, number 4. Distillation date 10/13/2000. Bottling date 11/13/2017 at 97 proof. This is so I didn't know what this was when I bought this. I was just excited to find it for I think it was $70.
Well,
when
back then, the select stock wasn't like always on shelves. They were like the special allocated releases.
Well, yeah.
At the distillery.
distillery.
Absolutely, yeah, and they only had the one place where they were for sale.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's like the old.
So I want you to rewind a second there.
Yeah.
You said distilled in 2000 and it was bottled in 2017.
Yes.
So that's 17-year-old juice.
Well,
Now, granted, it's whiskey / bourbon or whatever, vice versa, because it had multiple iterations. But I think you said that was originally distilled as whiskey.
yes. So corn whiskey aged for 14 years, then rebarreled into used wheat whiskey barrel for an additional 2 years.
All right. So it went from a used barrel to a used barrel, but they went from 99.1 to a wheated whiskey. So it went into what's their wheated whiskey called there?
Mellow corn. Oh, my bad. Sorry. No, or the first one. Sorry, Heaven
So
Hill.
Larceny's their wheated bourbon.
Yes, it'd be larceny.
What's the wheated whiskey that they have there? Do they have a special name for that?
Well, so
is it
some-
Bernheim?
Yes.
No. Yeah, it is.
Yes, it's Bernheim.
it's the
Okay,
Bernheim.
okay. Yeah,
that's
Bernheim.
that's like that's like
Okay.
And also, so Parker's Heritage, they
Yeah.
released wheat whiskeys where they were heavily aged whiskeys.
Correct. Yeah.
And I thought this would just be something different. You know,
It's definitely good. And, listen, I like this one a lot.
have we ever had a corn whiskey on the show?
yes.
Ooh, what was it? Do you recall?
Multiple times. I mean, we've had a lot of those.
West Fork.
Yeah, we've had a lot of the
Oh,
99
right.
ones too. Yeah, different stuff.
See, in my mind, I guess I don't think of that as a corn whiskey, even though it completely is.
Right.
I just think like 100% corn. But do we know what the mellow corn mash bill is at Heaven Hill?
Yeah, I think it's 100%.
I think it's
corn, but
100% corn.
Let me
So it's
confirm it.
moonshine.
I mean, I guess theoretically.
Yeah. Oh no, they still had malted barley in it to get the
Is there?
yeast.
Yeah.
Eating and doing and growing and
Right.
pooping and
It's probably 99.1.
yeah.
No. Mellow corn, straight corn whiskey is distilled from mash bill of 80 corn, 12 rye, and 8 malted barley.
Huh. There you go. It's been a long time since I looked up that mash bill. So
It's different than the chicken cock double oaked, but it's similar in that it kind of, for me, it drinks the same way. It's got sweetness.
I think this has a little bit more complexity and it drinks a little hotter. Like this drinks above proof. Because didn't you say this was like 90 something proof?
Yeah, 97.
Yeah.
This drinks closer to like a bottle of bond, like right around 100 proof.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit more of a hug.
But it's right on the very front. It's super sweet to me.
Well, the corn whiskey is going to be typically, that little sweetness, that cornbread, cream corn.
I love cream corn, and I
And-
cannot lie.
But yeah, like towards like mid back of the palate is whenever you kind of get the tingle or that hug, the proof kind of comes in. But it doesn't, the tingle lingers, but the really the flavor doesn't.
That's a hashtag. Lingering tingle.
Hashtag cranberries.
Yep. Hey, so go back to the chicken cock.
Yeah.
I didn't get stone fruit the first time. I know it's one of the words that we have here. Stone fruit. Wait, what's the other one? Come on, somebody say it. Say it.
Oh, Harkins back?
Yeah.
Harkens back.
I thought we were talking about another
I know.
flavor note. And I was
That's
like, I don't know
that's
what
where I
you're
was
talking
going
about,
to.
Yeah.
I said I say baking spice a lot because there's a
Yeah,
lot
you
of
do.
bourbons that have baking spice, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah. All right, it's not going to be fair. I think we should pick a favorite of two. So let's do the two whiskeys. Which one do you like best? Either the Heaven Hill Select Stock or the Chicken Cock. And then let's pick a favorite between the 1910 and the Woodford Double Oak.
Ooh, right. I've got to go last because this is a hard one for me. You like
It's really hard.
just at the moment.
I think I'm ready to go.
You ready to go?
Yep. I actually do prefer, I think, the Heaven Hill Select Stock just over the chicken cock. Now, the second and third pulls really made that happen of the Select Stock because it just felt like there was more depth of flavor going on with the select stock. The second and third pulls, I got more out of it than I did the chicken cock. The first one, I think, the two that we tried, the 1910 and the Woodford, are two sides of a coin of what traditional double oak tastes like. Either you get kind of more of that dry spice, you can get from double oak, or you get the sweetness, the really nice toasted sweetness. And I still got to go for the 1910. I just enjoy the easy sipper sweetness that comes both on the nose and the palate. But that's me.
It's funny. I went back to both the noses. The Woodford now, the nose is almost completely changed now that it's been sitting there for a little bit and opened up.
So like the nerdy part of me, I love the details that are on the Heaven Hill Select stock. And every Heaven Hill Select stock, if you search it, it's HHSS. That's how they always list. They've always had the details, which I love. Even when they did their single barrelings, they'll tell you the rick house, like where they pulled them from, all the good stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm with Nick. I think I'm going to go 1910 and then the Heaven Hill Select stock. But man, that Woodford is really good.
Oh, don't shy away from this, but I mean, nobody's going to find this unless you find somebody's like attic, estate sale, or something like that from 2015. You're not going to find it.
Yep.
But
you'll find this at Sam's for $49.
the 1910 you can find at Sam's, and also the current Woodford Double Oak.
Correct.
You can find it anywhere.
Yeah, Sam's, Costco, you name it.
Yeah.
Barbara?
This one's a toughie for me. Of the Heaven and Hill or chicken cock, I actually am leaning more towards the chicken cock. There's something about the sweetness that's not overpowering for me, where I'm getting a little bit over on the Heaven Hill. Between the 1910 and the Woodford's just, it's pulling. It was a whiner.
This is a great Woodford. I mean, and I'm not even sure if we put these back up in front of me to an hour from now, I would have the same opinion.
Right.
This one's a tough one for me, just because that was one of my earlier single barrel picks. It got some emotional attachment to it.
Okay.
Also, I believe that was the first time that I spent more than $60 on a bottle.
Oh.
Yeah, shit has changed. I'm trying to circle back to there again.
Yeah. We're trying to find stuff for $60 these days.
Oh my gosh. I'll tell you, I'd love to have another show where we just talk about how we have changed individually with what we look for in whiskey. Because I was thinking about it earlier, and just how I've changed from 24 to 25 to 2020 up until now.
Yeah. No, 100%.
You're like, all right, Brian, tell us which one you like. Damn it.
It's like choosing between kids sometimes, especially since these are most of these are yours.
Let's make this easy. Chicken cock, Heaven Hill.
Heaven Hill, because it's unique.
Okay. Now,
and I can no longer find it.
Your baby. You picked it yourself, or 1910 everyday shelfer.
The Woodford.
And that's fine.
Gateway, it's almost like when you get the tattoo and you're 17 years old and you have it when you're 60. You just can't get rid of it.
All right.
It means a lot.
Or it's stretched in a different way that it wasn't intended.
Oh, my gosh.
So we're split between a single barrel of Woodford Double Oak, which I'll be honest with you, it's really good. I don't even it's really hard to choose between these two. One, because I'm an OFO fanboy, but two, that Woodford's really good. And then we're split between that.
Again?
But it looks like it's almost quasi-unanimous with the Heaven Hill, but Barbara's the lone dissenter out there.
I always do like to be special.
Fair enough. Well, I think that's our discussion on Double Oaks, and then this fun little review or conversation around the different types of double oaking, and then the options that people have between whiskey and bourbon and vice versa, and how age statements work with those in correspondence. So if you want to find us, you can find us on Facebook, the Instagram, or the X. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. That way you get these episodes as soon as they drop on Sunday morning at 6 a.m. This is Scott, Barbara, Nick, and Brian signing off from the Brock Bourbon Bar. Peace out.
To infinity.
Prost.